And welcome back to more of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. So last time we rescued Bow Wow from the Moblins, and also finished up Tail Cave on a different note. And now we're entering our second dungeon, now that we have Bow Wow helping us out. So we can't get past these flowers at the moment by ourselves, so we have to bring Bow Wow with us to help clear the path. If it's any consolation, this is considered the laggiest area of the game. I think it's the reflection physics, not physics, like the reflection lighting and such that just really causes the game to bog down, pun entirely intended. But yeah, this is the most troublesome spot for the performance. I kind of don't want to talk too much about it because, again, I still really like this game, and I actually don't find the performance problems too bad. It can be a little grating at times, but once you get into the action, it's normally not too terrible. So, quality of life improvements were made in this room specifically. In the original, every time you enter this room, the torches would go out. In this version, they don't. That's really nice. Makes it a lot easier. Also, getting used to seeing these colored blocks. The little orange ones up there. This game loves to do that, and I think it's because, oh, Game Boy Color, let's use a lot of colored block puzzles to show off the power of the system. So this is some kind of enemy. I don't know what the heck that's supposed to be, to be blunt. You got a small key. Maybe it's also a Stalfos. But yeah, with our Rock's Feather, we can jump across like so. I will get tripped up in this dungeon, because I always, at least once, have the blocks set to the wrong number, or to the wrong color. Again, it's gonna happen, I guarantee it. Again, not to... in this case, it's not me trying to, downplay my ability at this game. I just legitimately have that little confidence in getting through here, and it's not gonna get any better. This game has, again, some very, very tricky dungeons, and I like that about this game. I'm a little worried from a Let's Playing standpoint, because there is a very, very, very high chance of getting lost. Which is also why I'm doing this as a Let's Play, not as a stream, so if I get super lost to the point where I need to cut things out, it won't be as big of a deal. We can't lift these pots at the moment. Oof, this looks heavier than heavy. Your current strength won't cut it. So we just need to press on. We have 4 keys, I think we're fine. The enemies even make kind of cute sounds, so they feel bad about having to take them out. It's got more keys. I don't know if these are technically keys, but every time I see a bat in Zelda, I instinctively call it a keys. Push the 2 blocks onto the dark, or the special spaces, and we open up a little 2D section. This is weird. I'll never get over 2D side-scrolling platforming in a traditional 3D Zelda game. I need to specify traditional, because, you know, Zelda 2 is anything but traditional, let's be real. To clarify, because I am kind of ragging on this game a lot, I actually don't dislike Zelda 2 as much as a lot of people do. Also, this is a Hinox. I'm not used to them being, you know, normal height, and not 30 feet tall. Also, that was a joke, because we just got a piece of power in the previous room, so that trivialized that puzzle severely, or that boss fight. That was just good luck. I didn't plan that at all. From what I understand, what I remember, pieces of power and the defense item, which the name is escaping me, the defense acorn, also there's the map, they're set to a certain amount of enemies defeated, if I'm not mistaken, so it just really worked out nicely. Over here we have a red rupee. Also, by the way, this is the Bottle Grotto, and you can tell why, because of the shape of the dungeon layout. It's really clever how this game does that, actually. So over here we have Booze, continuing the theme of random Mario enemies. So we have to shine a light on them to make them tangible. I also like how they brought in the modern Boo sound from the current games. You found the power bracelet. At last you can pick up pots and stones. So another important quality of life change. It's not equipable. You just have it permanently. So you don't have to cycle out your sword just to pick up a pot to throw it. You also don't get prompted by unnecessary text boxes telling you, oh, this looks heavy, like every time you accidentally run into a rock without it equipped, which is really nice. Again, this version, other than the performance stuff, and again, we'll get to this later, some padding issues later on, the flow of this game is, like, spot on. Like, I do feel like, as much as I'm ragging on some of the later dungeons for being really hard, they're not nearly as hard in this game, because items are easier to manage. So that's a Pole's voice. They were originally, defeated using sound, because the Famicom controller had a microphone, so you had to like make a sound into the microphone, and it would stun it, basically. In the North American version, for obvious reasons, they had to change it to arrows, and a lot of games kind of go back and forth of which they use. Obviously, certain games, like Phantom Hourglass, still use the traditional weakness, but others use things like, in this case, throwing a pot at them. By the way, I'm very much winging these dungeons. I am definitely gonna pay for it. You might even notice I'm not even like opening the map very much, and that's literally because I'm trying to do these relatively blind and without and just kind of feeling out the paths we need to go down. In this case, we literally need to go down. So this is something where you basically need the beak to figure out. I don't think I picked up the beak, so we're gonna do it without, though, because I know the solution, I hope. Yep, got it. So you have to defeat those 3 enemies. You have to defeat the Pole's Voice, the Keys, and the Salphos in that order to get the boss key. We're already almost done. It's just kind of sinking in, and like, dang, we're almost done with this already. There's still, like, a lot we haven't even gone through, which is... So over here is obviously the beak. Or maybe that's the beak, I don't know. We'll do a second, run through really quickly, once we actually defeat the boss. This feels really weird and kind of backwards, if I'm being honest. Being like, yeah, we'll get all that stuff after we clear the dungeon. It's just kind of not worth it, personally. I wonder if you can do this. You can climb with pots. I was wondering, because Link doesn't really have a climbing animation in the original, he just kinda walks up ladders. You know, it's a Game Boy game, I cut it a lot of slack for its technical shortcomings. Yeah, we still have 2 keys. Ho ho ho, I'm your bad guy this time, ho ho ho! With the creative name of Genie, we need to find a way to fight this, enemy. So, Rock's Feather is your friend. This fight really sucks on Game Boy because you have to swap items constantly. I can't move, but I'm still alright. Your little sword won't break this bottle. Even the walls here look tougher than that dinky thing. Thank you for telling me your weakness. Again, yeah, you can't hurt me as long as I have my bottle. So again, this dungeon sucks on the original because you have to swap items a lot here. This is the first time when you have enough items to justify it. So for example, like, the Rock's Feather and Sword and Power Bracelet having to, you know, constantly cycle between them for different phases of the fight isn't ideal. So this is so much simpler now. So we gotta strike the bottle and then toss it one more time. Wow, you broke my bottle. Why you make me hopping mad. So he'll now split into two. Obviously, he'll merge at some point, or one will be the real one. Is actually how it works. I'm pretty sure in the original you can clock multiple hits. In this version, you kind of can't. Maybe you can. I feel like most enemies in this game take about 8 hits, so I'm assuming it's similar. I'm not playing this very smart. I'm rushing. You can dodge the fireball and then he'll start punching at you. That's what you're supposed to do, but I'm being impatient. You got a heart container. Your maximum number of hearts increased and your health has been refilled too. You got the conch horn. Prairie, prairie. The prairie is waiting. Alright, we completed the Bottle Grotto. I almost said Bottle Cavern. But we missed a couple treasure chests. 50 rupees, that will be very helpful. We, I think, need the shovel for this next stretch, so I kinda wanted to make sure I have 200 rupees on hand. So over here, I never stopped to check over this way. Again, you might notice I'm really taking a lot of damage. I don't care about damage in this game. Not to sound overconfident, and I will probably eat my words, but this game isn't that difficult on normal. Obviously on higher difficulties it's a lot worse. Obviously this also would be much more helpful in the original because again, not in the original, but like if you're playing blind, because again, I knew the puzzle solution for the Pulse Voice, Stalfos, and Keith's room. So yeah, I didn't need to use the beak. I had to do it and I had to look it up on my first playthrough because I actually forgot from the original. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, I think I did. I played the Game Boy Color version on the 3DS through the Virtual Console a while ago. It was years ago, so when I actually jumped back into this remake, I had a lot of trouble actually, because I didn't remember a whole lot. Also, Shy Guys, I kind of downplayed Shy Guys, so what you do is charge up your sword because they'll mimic your movements, so you have to have your back facing them, because their mask acts like a shield, and also again, that was not helpful whatsoever. Double checking, there are no more items, so we're good to go. Again, this is a really roundabout playthrough, and I realize this wasn't exactly the intended order, but again, that's what I love about Zelda games, not having to do things in one strictly intended order. I need like 6 more rupees, game, please. Alright, so, we can now return Bow Wow to its owner, but we can also take a little bit of a shortcut now that we have the Power Bracelet. Game, please. This happens a lot in games for me, where it's like I want a specific drop and I cannot get it for whatever reason. I'm gonna also be honest, I don't know how we're supposed to get back to town, but I guess this works. I don't think there's anything else we need. Oh, that's telling us that there's a dig spot, so that's cool. Probably a secret seashell or a rupee. Kind of a nice way to find out, I guess. Alright, so, I think I missed the Rupee Grotto, actually closer to the Bottle Grotto. Oops. Well, in any case, we can at least return, Bow Wow for now. Ho ho ho, I really appreciate what you did for my poor precious Bow Wow. You are such a nice boy, how can I ever repay you? I know. Smooch. You got a reward from Madame Meow Meow. Lucky. So Bow Wow is back in his rightful place. And I actually passed by something I meant to do in the mysterious forest. I forgot that we have the power bracelet now. I'm not sure how I forgot that, to be perfectly honest. You'd think that's something kind of important to remember. We need to... What do we need to do? There are two things, actually. I think. Also, these will stick to you. You just gotta shake them off. I think it's here? No, it's not here. There's a lot we can actually do in here now that I think about it. There it is. First of all, Hidden Grotto. This isn't as poisonous as it looks. Hey kid, you woke me up from a fine nap. Thanks a lot, but now I'll get my revenge. Are you ready? I'll let you carry more magic powder. Are you ready? You deserve it. Now look at all the junk you have to carry. Take care. See you again. So yeah, we can carry more magic now. Again, he thinks he's punishing us, but it's kind of a nice little reward. Again, these moblins take a little more effort than in the original. We still have a few things we can check out here in this area. So we're gonna do that, and hopefully finish up as much of it as we can before continuing our main quest. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more of The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening.